Hi, I'm Chartgal Lurie. I've been a trader and technical analyst for the last 8.5 years. I am part of the Chart Guys community. We teach technical analysis, and today I'm going to bring you Tuesday, June 25th market recap. We're going to take a look at crypto stocks, our beloved Nvidia, look at some GameStop. So let's delve into it. Let's start off with what's going on around the different sectors. This is the exact opposite of what we had yesterday. Yesterday, instead of the great black hole, this was the big red hole. Semis were super red. So was technology was red. Well, today we have a smattering of green over communications, technology, and then semis. And primarily all of the other sectors are red. But that's okay. As long as we have semis and tech green, it can pull up the other red names. Also, I'd like to mention that we have a course giveaway. You can pick which course you would like. You can sign up at the giveaway. The link will be in the description below, and you just sign up, put your name and email, and we'll pick a winner. I think it ends at the end of this week. I'll have to confirm that, but take a look at that and sign up. Okay, economic calendar. Tomorrow we have new home sales and we have oil inventory, 5-year note auction. Not a lot of big data tomorrow, but we do have Nvidia investor meeting tomorrow at noon Eastern, and that could greatly impact the stock. All right, let's take a look at ES. ES has a potential 2-day bull flag. As you can see, plenty of room for a 2-day higher low, and that's giving me the clarity now versus on the daily we have this little bobble here, which we still have enough room for a daily higher low. But on the 2-day, you can really see the clarity of that potential bull flag. NASDAQ, same thing, plenty of room for a 2-day bull flag. And NASDAQ has a pretty strong close happening here. We're up over 1%. And that's, of course, due to technology. Google got a new all-time high today. Nvidia had a banger day. I mean, are we calling it a dead cat bounce? I said that today, and someone said, can we call it a dead rat bounce? So did we have a dead rat bounce on Nvidia instead of having these dead cats? So Nvidia, did it set the daily higher low today? It remains to be seen, but I would say it definitely created a meaningful bounce. Here, that is a meaningful bounce. We have plenty of room for an hourly higher low on a pullback, and we have plenty of room for a 4-hour higher low. So when you have a retracement that's that large, it gives you room to work with, if you will. I think if we have a gap up tomorrow, bears may be licking their chops, but we do have the investor meeting, so we need to be a little bit more cautious. Okay, RTY. RTY is closing red, just kind of chopping sideways today. Not a good look. And we're chopping sideways because we have a daily inside bar. When you have a daily inside bar, your volume tends to go down as bulls and bears wait for liquidity to come in, and they're constantly probing liquidity to the upside and to the downside, looking for those buyers and sellers because volume tends to dry up when we're in tightening ranges. All right, Dow. The Dow is red today, and that's okay. Dow had a huge day yesterday, so if it wants to take a break today, that's okay. We have the daily 50 MA below at 39318. This is still a healthy chart. XLF didn't close very strong today. They had a red day, and they closed near the low of day with a potential hourly bear flag. So that's something to keep in mind. That could continue to weigh on Dow. VIX. So from the pregame show, I had this 4-hour lower high box. We were sequencing out the next steps, and the next logical area for price to pause, either to the high or to the low side, would be for it to pause to the high side, looking for the 4-hour lower high. And I remarked that that could help boost our market. And then looking at the dollar, we were looking for a 4-hour lower high. And that happened as well. The dollar has been supremely strong. It is pulling back a little bit, and we could be setting up for a potential daily head and shoulders. Here's the left shoulder. I have my magnet on, so the drawing may not be that good. But we could be setting up for a daily head and shoulders, and gold bulls would welcome that. However, dollar weakness in the last week has not meant or has not yielded gold strength. So the gold bugs have not taken advantage of just different bouts of dollar weakness. We have a potential hourly bear flag on gold. Case in point. And everybody's watching this potential weekly head and shoulders. We will have to wait and see. Okay, oil. I was watching for this potential 4-hour head and shoulders this morning. We haven't bounced to get that right shoulder. However, we did get the hourly lower high that I was looking for compared to 81.90. So oil inventory, API estimates after hours today at 4:30, and then inventory tomorrow at 10:30 a.m. Don't forget about that. ARM had a stellar day. We closed over the prior high of day. On the daily chart, the daily higher low is now set at 149.50. Now, can the bulls go up and achieve a new higher high? It's possible. This is about a 45% retracement, so a higher high is possible. It could also yield an equilibrium. AVGO, this is me tapping on the glass. Wake up, bulls, wake up, wake up. They are asleep. If we fill this gap down here around 1501.03, we start hitting near 1500, I'm going to be interested in a long. Now, mind you, we have two other gaps below that and probably countless other gaps down here, but this is a very big obvious one. So we'll see if AVGO wants to join the bull party, or at least the dead rat bounce party, but it was asleep today. Nvidia was the opposite of asleep. We set the daily higher low here at 118.04. Let's get a measurement on that. So we are, wow, we almost hit the 0.382 retrace from regular trading hours. So 126.72. That means a lower low is still possible. If we fail today's high tomorrow and we're unable to take out today's high, that can be trouble for the Nvidia bulls. They want to see a push up closer to 50% around 129.40. But Nvidia looking good. Investor meeting tomorrow, and ARM was destroying shorts today. SMCI had a pretty calm morning. It looked to show promise early on and then got caught below the hourly 26 EMA and then just started giving stuff back. It did close green, however, with a squeeze. I'll be watching this one tomorrow. Semis in general did not take out the prior day high, but that's a pretty strong close. Apple, weak. And let me go back out to the daily. And guess what? Daily inside bar. And I was pointing out today on live stream, it's like watching the drunk girl come home from the bar with the tallest high heels possible, and she's just wobbling everywhere. That's what this chart looked like. Look, higher high, higher low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, higher high, higher low, higher high, lower low. And not to make you dizzy, but that is the nature of an inside bar. Now look at the volume. The volume tells you everything. 55 million. That's what we traded today, and the average volume is 75 million. Volume tends to dry up in tightening ranges, and it gives you misdirection on shorter term time frames as bears and bulls probe for liquidity from the upside to the downside. Yes, I'm repeating myself, but I think it bears repeating. Amazon had a big rejection yesterday at that weekly resistance of 191. And I drew this in pre-market looking for the 4-hour lower high on Amazon. And that looks to be set. We held yesterday's low. So we'll see, do we EQ out and do we create another lower high compared to today's high and just tighten up? Bulls could be in trouble with this potential weekly head and shoulders gaining more life, if you will, with that rejection yesterday. Google got a new all-time high today. Google was my queen of the mountain trade, looking at this daily squeeze, looking at the curved EMAs, 4-hour squeeze. Look at this. Look at this high compression squeeze. We talked about this in pre-market. We talked about this in open house. This was one of my 3 top trades for today. Trade watch. Google, United Healthcare short, and Nvidia long. And this one played out beautifully. I personally didn't get it. I was live on open house, and several of our members did get it. So I'm happy about that. Microsoft was unable to get through the high of yesterday. So we're closing with an inside bar on Microsoft. Tesla, I posted this morning, this is Mountain Time, so 10:11 a.m. Eastern Time, that we were watching for Tesla higher low later morning trade, and we got that in spades today. So right there. and we got a nice bounce. We did make a 15-minute lower low once we were rejected at 188.80 area, but this 4 hour is getting tight, and this is setting up for a beautiful trade. MSOS, I mentioned in pre-market and on live stream market open that I was looking for a top fish on 782. If I was trading this, I'd be looking at a top fish. I would say the bulls held up pretty well today, a lot better than they have in recent past. They closed with a daily inside bar, and I would say that is a win. That's a W there. That's a win for those MSOS bulls, considering. XLF, we went over that, is closing near the low of day and closing with an hourly bear flag. DJT, I just bring this up that we have the presidential debate on Thursday, and also Donald Trump is supposed to be announcing his vice president sometime this week, possibly. So this has been having some volatility, but I like it for a daily lower high top fish watch. If we were to gap up tomorrow, I'd be looking for a top fish on DJT, but I would be doing that cautiously. United Healthcare was my trade from today. And there it is. This was my last exit. So I called this trade out in pre-market on the open house, and then I said I'm entering now, and I posted all 3 exits. This was my last exit on the 492.50 puts, and I was rolling out and down. I was rolling out and down, which I do on puts, or rolling out and up on calls, just trying to get closer in the money strikes. So that was a nice win. Why was I targeting United Healthcare for a short? Right here, we have the daily 50 MA overhead. A daily lower high is the more likely scenario, and we gapped up. Anytime you get, or we attempted a gap up, and then we took a quick dive underneath the prior day high as soon as the market opened, and then down she went. We broke this trend line. We had a potential hourly rising wedge, looking for a daily lower high. I love those setups. So my last exit on those puts was $5.30 to $10.30. Rivian, I will be watching this for a back burner trade tomorrow. Wowzer. I don't know what happened there. Okay, Volkswagen to invest up to $5 billion in Rivian. All right, there you go. All right, so definitely on back burner watch. I had no idea. CVNA, I will be watching this one for a potential short. We got through this 129 by 41 cents, but that is not enough convincing for me, so I'll be watching that one tomorrow. And then GameStop, there was some unusual call buying into the end of day, and we had this big push. 22, we broke this 22.79 without a lot of fanfare. This is still looking very falling wedgy to me, so we'll see if this is a falling wedge. I'll cover this tomorrow in pregame if you want to join us then. All right, if you want to give me a follow on Twitter, that would be lovely. Let me give you my Twitter handle, @ChartGallery, or X, whatever it's called. All right, thank you for being here, and use stop losses.